So it has to start with the stakeholder. Okay. So at the end of the day, if you see me as a procurement guy and you as a supplier, we are both catering to the stakeholder in our own ways, right? So he is the internal customer for me, and he is the external customer for you. That's the only difference that we have. Now, he has the demand, he generates the demand, he comes to procurement, right? So here is what the most important thing about procurement is, that the stakeholder has to engage procurement at the right time, right? So now, okay, so there are two ways of seeing this. One is the strategic level, and the other one is the tactical level. So when I say about tactical level, how many people will sit in one car or one cab and go home is a tactical level, issue that you handle on a daily basis. That is up to the supplier and the guy who is on the ground that does it. I will like a vendor who would be able to fix these issues. I don't want to get into the tactical part of it, right? As a procurement professional, I would rather look at it from a strategic point of view. I would gather all the spend. I would gather, let's say, last year's spend, or how the category is evolving and how the demand is there. And I would put forward my best demand forecast that is there. And then I will go to the stakeholder and I will discuss with him that what do you think about whatever scope I have already defined. Now the stakeholder will tell me that, okay, last year was a little bit high, this year we don't want this much, or the reverse, or whatever. And then we fix on a scope. And then I go to, let's say, a panel of vendors, and then I float what is typically called an RFQ, right? So I tell them, this is what is expected. You tell me what is your proposal, what is the best kind of deal that you can give it to me. And then I get all the information. Now I can channelize the spend towards either one vendor, or I can have multiple vendors, depending on the spend, the kind of complexity we have. And I also bring in the value of what are the value adds that can happen. So when we are talking about, let's say, wellness, or when we are talking about the other situations that are there, the safety of the employee, what are those things that we can, let's say, we can adjust, and what are the ones that are non-compromisable. So if there are things like safety, we cannot compromise on that ever. So there has to be a common platform that I will get all the vendors. Like, I want people to be safe in general sense. I want the cars to be like this. I want them to have a seat belt, even the rear ones and all that. And then I say that, okay, these are the ones that are there. These are the ground rules. And these are the ones that I want as a value add. And this is the other, things that I'm getting. And then, of course, you can also suggest me certain innovation from your side, like you have EV cars, or, what are you doing for the environment, how it would be a sustainable project, and what kind of savings you are getting me, what kind of, innovations you are bringing to the table. That is something that I will keep as a floating question to you. And I collate all this information and I send it to the stakeholder. We have all the information. As I said, we can either channelize the spend towards one guy as a strategy, or we can have multiple options, whatever works for us.